Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. How are you today? Today I am here with Nathan and today we are going to talk about making plans for a trip.
Hello everyone. I am very happy to be here today. Let's start our conversation.
Hi Nathan, how are you doing today?
I am doing very well, thank you. I am excited about today's topic.
Me too. I love talking about trips and travel.
Yes, planning a trip is always fun.
That is true. Today we are going to talk about how to plan a trip.
Great idea. This is very useful for everyone.
Yes, especially if you want to travel to another country.
Or even travel inside your own country.
That is right. Let's start with an easy question. Nathan, do you like to travel?
Yes, I love to travel. What about you?
I love to travel too. I travel every year.
That is wonderful. Where do you usually go?
I usually go to the beach or to the mountains.
Oh, that sounds nice. I like the mountains too.
Really? That is great. We have similar interests.
Yes, we do. So let's imagine we are planning a trip together.
Okay, that sounds fun. Where should we go?
Let's talk about the first step. What is the first step when planning a trip?
The first step is choosing a destination.
Yes, exactly. A destination is the place you are going to.
That is a useful word.
Yes, many people use it every day.
Let's give an example. My destination is Japan.
Great example. Our destination is the mountains.
Perfect. So Nathan, if we plan a trip, where do you want the destination to be?
I want to go to a beach. I love the ocean.
Ah, that sounds relaxing. I also love beaches.
Great. So let's plan a beach trip.
Perfect. Now, what is the second step in planning a trip?
The second step is deciding the date.
Yes, we need to choose when to go.
That is right. When do you want to go on this trip?
I think summer is a good time for a beach trip.
I agree. The weather is warm and sunny in summer.
Yes, that is perfect for the beach.
So let's say we go in July.
That sounds good. Now, let's talk about the budget.
Oh yes, budget is very important.
What does budget mean?
A budget is the amount of money you plan to spend.
That is a good explanation.
For example, my budget for this trip is $500.
That is a useful sentence.
Yes, many people use it every day.
Let's give another example.
Great idea. We need a budget for food, hotel, and transportation.
Very good. So how much is your budget for our beach trip?
I think $300 is enough.
That sounds reasonable. Now let's talk about transportation.
Okay, how should we travel to the beach?
We can travel by car, by bus, or by plane.
If the beach is far away, we can take a plane.
Yes, that is faster.
But if the beach is close, we can drive a car.
That is true. Let's imagine the beach is close, so we will drive.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Now, let's talk about grammar for a moment.
Okay, I am ready.
When we talk about future plans, we often use going to.
Can you give an example?
Sure. We are going to drive to the beach.
Oh, I understand. I am going to pack my bag.
That is a great example.
What about will? Can we use will too?
Yes, we can. Will is also used for future plans, but sometimes for quick decisions.
Can you give an example?
Sure. I will bring my sunglasses.
Oh, I see. That is a decision I am making right now.
Exactly right. Very good.
This is helpful. Thank you for explaining.
You are welcome. Now let's talk about accommodation.
What does accommodation mean?
Accommodation means the place where you sleep during your trip, like a hotel.
Oh, I understand. So where should we stay?
We can stay at a hotel near the beach.
That sounds nice. Or we could stay at a guest house.
Yes, a guest house is usually cheaper than a hotel.
That is true. It depends on our budget.
Let's choose a hotel this time. It has a pool too.
Oh, that sounds fun. I love swimming pools.
Me too. Now let's talk about packing.
Yes, packing is very important before a trip.
What do we need to pack for a beach trip?
We need swimsuits, sunscreen, and sunglasses.
Yes, and don't forget a hat.
That is true. The sun can be very strong.
We should also pack comfortable clothes.
And of course, our phone chargers.
Oh yes, we cannot forget that.
What about important documents?
Good point. We need our ID card or passport.
Yes, a passport is very important if we travel to another country.
That is right. Let's talk about the word passport for a moment.
Okay.
A passport is a document that lets you travel to other countries.
Do we need a passport for our beach trip?
No, because the beach is in our own country. We only need an ID card.
Oh, I understand now. That makes sense.
If you are enjoying this conversation, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, it really helps our channel grow.
Now let's talk about making a list before a trip.
Yes, a list is very helpful.
We can call this a packing list.
What is on your packing list?
My packing list has clothes, sunscreen, a camera, and snacks.
My packing list has a swimsuit, a hat, a book, and water.
Oh, you like to read at the beach?
Yes, I love reading while listening to the waves.
That sounds very relaxing.
It really is. Do you like to read too?
Sometimes, but I usually like to swim and take photos.
That sounds fun too. We can do both things together.
Yes, that is a good idea. Now let's talk about the itinerary.
What is an itinerary?
An itinerary is a plan of activities for each day of the trip.
Oh, that is a useful word.
Yes, let's make an itinerary for our beach trip.
Okay, sounds good. What should we do on the first day?
On the first day, we can arrive and relax at the hotel.
That sounds nice after a long drive.
On the second day, we can go swimming and have a picnic.
Oh, I love picnics. What food should we bring?
We can bring sandwiches, fruit, and juice.
That sounds delicious.
On the third day, we can explore the town near the beach.
That sounds interesting. We can visit local shops.
Yes, and try some local food too.
I love trying new food when I travel.
Me too. It is one of my favorite parts of traveling.
On the last day, we can pack our bags and drive home.
Yes, that sounds like a perfect trip plan.
I am already excited, even though it is not real.
Haha, me too. Planning is half the fun.
That is very true.
Let's talk about some useful phrases for booking a trip.
Okay, that will be helpful for our listeners.
We can say, I want to book a hotel room.
Or, I would like to book a flight.
Yes, those are great examples.
What about asking for prices?
We can say, how much does it cost?
Or, what is the price for 2 people?
Very good. These questions are useful when planning any trip.
Yes, they are. Let's practice pronunciation now.
Good idea. Let's try the word itinerary. Itinerary.
Itinerary.
Great job. Let's try accommodation. Accommodation.
Accommodation.
Very good pronunciation.
Thank you. These words are a little long but useful.
Yes, they are. Practice makes it easier.
I agree. Let's talk about traveling with family or friends now.
Yes, that is a good topic. Do you usually travel alone or with others?
I usually travel with my family.
That sounds fun. Traveling with family creates good memories.
Yes, it does. What about you?
I like to travel with friends sometimes and alone sometimes too.
Oh, do you enjoy traveling alone?
Yes, I do. It helps me relax and think clearly.
That makes sense. Everyone has different travel styles.
That is very true. There is no right or wrong way to travel.
I agree completely.
Now, let's talk about problems that can happen during trip planning.
Oh, that is realistic. Sometimes plans do not go smoothly.
Yes, sometimes the weather changes.
Or sometimes the hotel is fully booked.
That is frustrating. What should we do in that situation?
We should stay calm and look for another option.
That is good advice. Flexibility is important when traveling.
Yes, flexibility means being able to change your plans easily.
That is a great explanation.
Thank you. This word is very useful for travelers.
Let's talk about checking the weather before a trip.
Yes, that is very important.
We can say, I need to check the weather forecast.
That is a useful sentence.
Yes, many people use it every day.
Let's give another example.
Great idea. The weather forecast says it will be sunny.
Perfect. Checking the weather helps us pack the right clothes.
Yes, exactly. Now let's talk about saving money for a trip.
Oh, that is a great topic. How do you save money for trips?
I put a little money aside every month.
That is a smart idea. I do the same thing.
Yes, saving a little every month adds up over time.
That is very true. It makes the trip less stressful.
Exactly. We do not want to worry about money during our vacation.
I completely agree.
What about you, our listeners? How do you save money for trips?
Please write your answer in the comments below.
We would love to know your tips.
Now, let's talk about travel insurance.
What is travel insurance?
Travel insurance protects you if something goes wrong during your trip.
Like what, for example?
For example, if you get sick or if your flight is canceled.
Oh, that sounds very useful.
Yes, many travelers buy travel insurance before a big trip.
That is good advice. Safety is important.
I agree completely.
Now, let's talk about some common mistakes people make when planning a trip.
Okay, that will be helpful.
One mistake is packing too much.
Yes, that is very common. People bring too many clothes.
Another mistake is not checking the weather.
That is true. It can ruin your plans.
Another mistake is not booking hotels early.
Yes, hotels can get expensive or fully booked if you wait too long.
That is very good advice.
Planning early helps you save money and stress.
I completely agree. Let's do a quick review of useful travel words.
Sounds good. Destination,
Budget,
accommodation,
itinerary,
packing list,
transportation.
travel insurance.
Great job, everyone. These are all very useful words.
Yes, they will help you plan your next trip.
Let's practice a few more sentences before we finish.
Okay, sounds good.
We are going to travel to the beach in July.
I will pack my bag tonight.
Our budget for this trip is $300.
I need to check the weather forecast.
I would like to book a hotel room.
Excellent. You were doing very well.
Thank you. This was a fun lesson.
Yes, it was. I really enjoyed planning our imaginary trip.
Me too. I hope you all enjoyed it as well.
What about you, our listeners? Where do you want to travel next?
Please write your answer in the comments below.
We would love to know your dream destination.
Today was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed our conversation today.
Talking about trip planning was very interesting.
Yes, it was. Thank you everyone for listening.
See you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.